Hi everyone, I'd like to continue with Psalm 31. We'll do 3 verses today and hopefully finish up the psalm by this week or early next week and then move on to probably another psalm, I guess. Seems hard to go wrong with them. I wanted to do Psalm 31 because of verse 20, which I just really love, so we'll get there today. Let me just check the volume on this thing. No, don't want to go down, want to go up. Okay, sorry about that. Verse 18. Adonai al evosha ki karatika yevoshu reshaim yedemu lish'ol te alamne sifte shaker hadoverot al tzadik atak beka'ava vavuz ma rav tuveka asher zafan ta lireeka pa'alta lechosim bak neged b'nei Adam. Okay, pause the video. Please pronounce out loud. See how much you can read for yourself. Okay, verse 18. Oh Lord, hopefully you can recognize Bosh hiding inside here as to be ashamed or to be disappointed. And there's probably a good deal more I could say about that. It's a 1CS imperfect. The comma's hang on the end tells you it's adjussive with the all, so please don't let me be ashamed. You could do a whole study on shame in the Old Testament and the way in which it's distinctly different for David and for other ancient Semites living in more of a hierarchical, authoritarian, less individualistic society. Suffice it to say here, that deep sense of I'm depending on someone else, and if that other person doesn't come through for me, I will be so visibly, openly ashamed in front of other people. We tend to reduce shame to personal, individual mistake. Here, it's very clearly relational. But if God doesn't come through for David, he's going to be ashamed in that way. Let me not be ashamed because, just a 1CS perfect, I have called on you, describing the whole prayer. So David matches this request with the certainty, Yevoshu, just a 3MS cal imperfect. The wicked will be ashamed, Yevoshu reshaim, kind of a nice repeated sheen sound in this line. And then damam, not a terribly common verb, but it means to be silent. It's a 3MP imperfect. And it's literally, the wicked will be ashamed, they will be silent to Sheol. So David obviously means they will go down in silence to Sheol, even though that verb isn't expressed. Finally, wicked people who have been trying to destroy David and destroy God's work are going to have nothing left to say. They're going to have the weapon knocked out of their hands. David expands on this in the next line. A 3FP imperfect. Alam means to be mute or dumb, and you can see from the initial vowels this is a nifal verb. You have the I vowel and the aleph. The nifal wants to double that initial guttural, but it can't, so it compensates by lengthening the previous vowel. So your sifte is lips and shaker is falsehood. So lips of falsehood, or lying lips, something like that, will be silenced. And then he fills the line out by further characterizing these lips, not just falsely, but hopefully you can see this is a cotail, a cal active participle, feminine plural, modifying the lips. Those speaking against the righteous. And then literally, atak just means pride, not terribly common noun. Though speaking against the righteous, pride, and then be means in by or with pride and contempt, or scorn and contempt, something like that. What's going on with this noun is Hebrew has a relative paucity of adverbs, so it will just use nouns as adverbs. So it's perfectly fine to take this as those speaking proudly against the righteous in pride and contempt. You have to come up with some more words for pride. Something like that. Could be some of the pastors watching this video know what that is like firsthand. I hope not, but... And then finally, this beautiful verse 20. In the midst of all this, David's energetic faith says, Ma, which means what, or sometimes how. Less commonly it can mean how. How abundant is your goodness? Goodness gets used in Exodus 33 in relation to God's glory. Normally, tov is just a term of evaluation and aesthetics. Something is good or pleasing or fitting, something like that. Obviously, God is good. But how abundant is your goodness, God's generosity with David, which Zaphon, just a 2ms Cal perfect, and Zaphon means to treasure, which you have treasured up. Hopefully you can see the yareh verb here. For those who fear you. David cannot find a way adequately to express God's goodness. He doesn't say, the goodness which you've stored up is great. He says, how great is it? As if it exceeds his imagination. And notice it's a perfect verb. It's already treasured up. It's already there. David might not have experienced all of it yet, but it's there. Get another perfect verb complementing the Zaphon here. You work, and the verb here is chasa, which means to trust. The final hay is dropped away, and it's a coattail participle. You work for those trusting in you before the sons of men. And I think Neged B'nai Adam modifies the trusting and not the working. In other words, those who commit themselves to you publicly and irrevocably, those who align themselves with you. God works it for that group of people. How great is your goodness which you have treasured up for you. Okay, we'll stop there, and we'll do a couple more verses later in the week. Thanks so much for dropping by.